All right. So, good evening, and welcome everyone. Again, I want to thank you guys for taking time to be with us. Whether you've already applied, are still deciding, or are simply here to learn more, you are in the right place. I'm Tiffany Copeland, and I'm the Director of Fitness Warriors and a proud product of the program itself. With me on the call, you'll see a couple of additional warriors, and we'll check in with them a little bit later, let them introduce themselves, and possibly share some insight about the program and their journey through it. Okay. Tonight is all about helping you make an empowered choice about applying to the program. All right. So, again, thank you guys for dropping in the chat where you guys are from. I'm in a word that inspires you or sums up fitness for you. Throughout this presentation, you're going to see QR codes on the screen. They're linked directly to the application. So if at any point you're inspired to just go ahead and apply, go ahead and get that thing started. Okay. All right. So Fitness Warriors is one of four programs run by Sports Backers. Sports Backers is a nonprofit that has been serving the region for 33 years. Our mission is simple but powerful. It's to inspire people to live actively. We do this by partnering with community organizations, local governments, faith-based institutions, and businesses. Most people know sports backers for the Richmond Marathon that we hold every November, the marathon, the half marathon, and the 8K, or our 10K, in which we host in the springtime, the Crops Monument at 10K. Those are the two biggest running events that are put on by sports backers. Outside of that, there are four smaller programs, Fitness Warriors being the youngest of them all. Okay. The truth is that real change happens when we move together, and we know we can't do this work alone. So the organization is powered by thousands, and I do mean thousands, of amazing volunteers that put their heart, sweat, and tears into what they do, from training team coaches to kids on the move coaches to our fitness warriors themselves and our ambassadors and president's councils that go out there and really try to find ways to keep our community active and continually help spread the good word about what we do. Again, we are a nonprofit, a 501(c) nonprofit. So everything we do is grant funded. That's how we kind of keep the doors open. So it's important that we get those numbers and can definitely show the impact of the work that we do. Our core values are passion, empowerment, excellence, diversity, equity, inclusion, respect, and teamwork, and they guide everything we do, especially when we are engaging our underserved communities, which is a priority for us as sports backers. Yeah. So Fitness Warriors, again, is the youngest of them all. We started back in 2014, and to date, we have trained 186 instructors. As of right now, we have 62 weekly classes that go on all across the region, and that's Richmond, Petersburg, Hopewell, Prince George, Cumberland County, and on Zoom, right? Arlene's here. She just wrapped up our Zumba class that happens Monday nights on Zoom. So we truly try to meet the community where they are and try to remove all barriers to access, right? We understand that fitness is something that for some is looked at as a luxury, others is looked at as a daunting task. And our vision is to help everyone to see the benefit and the wellness in movement. No matter who you are, what you look like, or how you choose to move, movement is what's going to keep us healthy and sustaining a long, comfortable life. Um, so we train everyday community members, people with passion, lived experience, and a heart for service, to be fitness instructors. And then we place them in underserved communities to lead free weekly classes. We're not just training instructors, we're building leaders who inspire health, wellness, and community transformation. So again, in the beginning, I mentioned that I was also a product of the program. Back in 2017, I myself went through the program as a member of the fourth class. A little backstory about me: in 2008, I had my beautiful daughter, Elijah. And at that point at delivery, I was 250 pounds. Through a lot of hard work and dedication, after a true health scare, being told that I was borderline hypertension and diabetic, I went into finding ways to make my life better, right? Doctor said I had an option, medication, for the rest of my life, or make healthy changes. I chose the healthy changes route. In 2015, 30th, my 30th birthday, I weighed in and finally hit my goal of being 150 pounds. But I, at that point, wanted to do more. I didn't want it to just be about me. I wanted other people to understand that we truly had a choice in our health journey. 2017, by 2017, yep, I met Louise at Black Girls Run, and she told me about Fitness Warriors. I applied and became a warrior myself. Again, I'm a member of the fourth class, Passion. And everything I've done since then has fueled that. I have moved through life in passion. I left my corporate job at Capital One in 2018 and became the manager of Fitness Warriors when the role opened up. So when I tell you that my story is unique to me, yes, but not unique to our warriors at all. Many of them found a way and found themselves through fitness one way or another. They found empowerment in that. And then they wanted to help use that as a vehicle to help our community be better. Okay. And it's a story that as you talk to the warriors, ask them their why. They'll share that with you. And I think it's important. Over the past year, Warriors have led more than 65 weekly classes across the region. Together, those classes have reached 1,469 new participants, and for a total of over 19,000 classes, participation in classes over the year. And our data is from July 1 of 2024 to June 30th of 2025, as that is Sports Backers' physical year. That's more than numbers, right? It's people moving more. It's families getting healthier and communities gaining access to free, consistent, quality fitness opportunities. So, what does this all mean? If nothing else, I want you guys to know that we do two things. We train community members to be group fitness instructors, and those wonderful individuals lead free weekly fitness classes in the community. Sometimes I am intrigued by what warriors tell me, what they thought the program was. I've heard that they thought we were a dance troupe. They thought that we were just a group of people that loved fitness that got together and worked out together. And that's not it, right? We are truly here to make a change in our community and do that through the vehicle of fitness. Um, Our impact shows up in these two big ways. Again, first, we empower and train community members like you. And second, we provide free weekly fitness classes open to all ages and ability. And that's where the ripple effect happens because your growth as an instructor directly changes lives in the community. And that's usually your friends, your coworkers, your family itself. Okay. Inside of the Warrior program, we have a lot of jargon. Some of them you're here tonight is recruit. So if you are invited after the application process to become or to start the process of becoming a fitness warrior, you'll have the title as recruit. We'll talk about this more in the program. Command, that's just the leaders of the Fitness Warrior program. That's myself. Again, I'm Tiffany Copeland, our lead trainer, and Mary Bettinson, who is not here with us tonight because she is down with a cold. So send her all positive vibes. We're hoping for a negative COVID test, but Mama's down and resting. And our program coordinator, Ashley, who you won't see much of up front while going through training, but on the back end through community events and our socials and things of that nature, you'll get to know her. Right. So let's talk about program outcomes. As a warrior recruit, you'll walk away. mm, You'll walk away with leadership skills in health and fitness, tools to plan and lead classes for all abilities, experience in coaching, training, and community organizing, professional skills like partnership building and effective recruitment. And for the community, the outcomes are powerful too. That's more health equity across the region. That's more people moving or meeting the CDC activity guidelines. That's lower rates of chronic disease. That's stronger, healthier, more connected communities. All right. And that we know is a value that goes on throughout our generations if we start them off at a young age. So now that you know who we are and what we do, let's talk logistics. All right. Applications are open now and they'll close on October 2nd. This process is about finding people with heart, commitment, and a desire to grow, not about perfection. So we'll walk you through every step. Group interviews will be held on Tuesday and Wednesday, but you'll get a notification the week after applications close. So the week of October 5th, all applicants will be invited to group interviews, which is a date that you choose on your application, the week of October 5th. We'll hold our group interviews on the Tuesday and Wednesday in the evening of October 21st and 22nd. And then you'll receive no later than November 2nd a offer letter email to your inbox. And that's just offering you the opportunity to join. Now, just because I send an offer doesn't mean you have to accept it. So you will have a period in which you can accept that. And once we have that, we'll start the process of getting you onboarded to your first Warrior Training Day, which will be held on Saturday, January 10th of 2026. Every time I say 2026, I can't believe we're this close to that. So more about the training days. These days are mandatory. Most days will run from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We will start sharp at 10 a.m. There are times where you will leave before 5 p.m., but we ask you just to plan for that Saturday to be pretty much us together. All right. We're building a network not only within the cohort itself, but also within the program at large. And the mandatory training dates are laid out here on the screen, and they're also in the application process. We'll make sure to lay that out for you throughout the program so that you're well aware of the dates. So that's Saturday, January 10th and the 24th, February 7th and the 21st, March 7th and the 21st. So you see we're meeting twice, so every other week for the first 3 months, and then we meet monthly. And we'll talk about those phases coming up. Then you have three, one in April, one in May, and one in June. So I do advise taking a screenshot of that, looking at your calendar, making sure that it lines up. And if you can, and you know this is something you want to do, go ahead and block those dates now so that you don't run into hiccups of having to miss training dates later. So let's talk about those training days. Grab some water. I encourage you to do the same. Phase one is our building phase. During this time, we focus on learning, skill development, and building a strong foundation. That's January 26th to February of 2026. So those are the first 4 training days. On top of the training days, you will be asked to attend weekly Fitness Warrior classes. Classes are held weekly, virtually, and in person. You will be paired with a group, and that group will be given a captain who already hosts an in-person class. Okay, so all of the classes will be in person. So you will attend an in-person class on a weekly basis those 2 months. Okay, this will help to dictate the class that you attend. And you'll participate in community events. Throughout the program, we ask that you do at least 2 community events, and that's really to spread the word about the program itself. And then once you start leading your classes, your class in particular. Phase two is our test phase. It's the month of March. All right. That's March 7th and March 21st. Training days. During this phase, you will apply what you've learned and get evaluated so you can begin leading your own weekly fitness class. All right. During this time, you're still attending your captain's training day. You're still, if there's a community event, you're participating if you haven't hit your two within the you're attempting to hit your two within the 6 months. So you're still attending community events if they aligned. We do come up with those, but if you hear of community events that you want to be engaged in, and it makes sense to spread the word about the program, you could definitely send that up and we'll do our best to be there and see if that could be one that we pull the entire team together for. Uh, Phase two, once you pass teachbacks, this begins your 1 year dedication to the program. You'll set up your class, you'll find your host site, and you'll start leading your weekly class. Warrior recruits, again, will attend a Fitness Warrior class weekly during phase 1 and 2, but during phase three, Warrior recruits are leading their own weekly fitness class. So at that time, during the last phase of the program, you and your captain and your crews will only meet once a month just to check in, make sure things are going well as we continue to evaluate and strengthen your connection, not only with the program, but with the community and your class at large. Phase three, the solidify phase. This phase, you will apply what you've learned and get evaluated so you can begin leading your own weekly class. Beyond that, you're really building your fitness class. You're building your portfolio as a leader and in fitness and in the area. You're getting familiar with your community. Again, you're leading your free weekly class. This is the time where you really try to figure out, you get to feel out how things are so that we can fine tune you in those 3 training days. Again, we only meet once a month at that point. That's April 11th, May 9th, and then your graduation, which is June 13th. Graduation is open to family and friends, depending on spacing. Food is also given out at that time. So it's truly a celebration that day more than a training day. Full transparency. Right. Now let's talk about expectations. Being a warrior is a commitment both to yourself and to your community. Um, And I just want, before I go into the expectation, to just have a few warriors chime in about what it felt like for them going through the program. So I see Aisha on. Aisha is a member of our eighth class of Fitness Warriors, and she was a captain for our 13th class. So she has an inside view of working with me and Anne Mary and the time commitment it actually was for her recruits leading class. Aisha, if you want to just give some insight.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Aisha Gray. Like Tiffany said, I was a captain this past year. I've been in the program since 2019. I would say the number one thing is the time. It's a lot of time commitment. I would say you have to be very dedicated to finish it to the end because you're going to have tough times. Like when I went through the program, taking on my Saturdays, missing my kid games, those are the sacrifices I had to take to get with the program. And it was the best decision I can actually say that I have done because I have built a lot of friends in the program. They're basically family. My best friend I met through the program. So I feel like it's not just a program, it's like a family. You become new family members to everybody, and everybody is very supportive. So I really believe that this program is very good for the soul. It's a family environment. So it's nothing but good things I can say about the program, honestly. But I will say the time commitment is the number one thing that it takes a lot of time and dedication to get through the program.
Thank you, Aisha. I am going to call on Miss Shanette. She went through the program recently in class 12. So if you're not aware, our last class that graduated was class 13. So she just graduated last year through the program. Shanette, you just share a little insight about your time commitment and the mandatory training days and how that felt for you.
The one thing I will say is exactly what Aisha said is definitely a time commitment, but it's well worth it. The one thing Fitness Warrior um, they did is they're very upfront and very honest, very transparent before you even start. So you are going to know your dates ahead of time. You need to don't just flip through the book and breeze over those dates. Really look at them. If you have a graduation or a party or an event or something that's coming up, get ahead of it and let them know, let Tiffany know, let your captain know ahead of time so that the program can plan for that, that you may have to miss one day. Um, but other than that, for me, as long as I knew the dates ahead of time, the time commitment was not a problem. The Saturdays, it's all of it's anything. With anything in life that you want, something that you really want, it's always a sacrifice. And if it's something that you want bad enough, you're going to be willing to sacrifice for it. And that's how bad I wanted it. So I love being able to help the community. It's something that I've always had a passion for. In my Fitness Warrior classes, like Aisha stated, they're like family. I look forward to seeing them. They look forward to seeing me. It's really hard to explain because I just work with a different demographic than what I'm used to, and for me, it's the light of my day. To be able to just bring joy to someone else, offer something that they may not be getting anywhere else. As Tiffany stated, we work in a lot of times we work in underserved communities and or communities where they may not be afforded fitness for a cost. So being able to offer free fitness to someone who may not be able to afford a gym membership or personal trainer, is like A1, top notch. And I really enjoy it, and I've enjoyed the program. I've been teaching for a year now, and it's just, I mean, it's like I said, it's the highlight of my day. The ladies and gentlemen that do show up, they look forward to seeing me, and I look forward to seeing them.
Thank you, Jeanette. And Jeanette, if you don't guys don't know, is a personal trainer, owns her own fitness business. She's been doing this for years, right? And she still saw a want and a need to fill the community, right? Outside of those that can pay and show up in that one space to go into the community and help them move. So again, thank you guys so much for y'all sacrifice. Y'all know how much I love y'all.
We love you too, Tips.
I appreciate y'all. Let me get this slide back up. All right, you guys should be on your screen seeing the expectation. So just to be very clear, like they said, I'm very transparent with the program. It is my third child, fourth child. I have two kids and a dog. So I'll put this as my fourth love. I really have a passion for the work that I do. So we asked you to be committed to the schedule, committed to your fellow recruits, and committed to your community, right? To be a part of community outreach and serve as a leader in your community, to lead free classes for individuals of all fitness levels. And it doesn't matter if you don't know how to do it now. Give us the 6 months. We'll make sure that you're ready to lead a class of quality for the community that needs you the most. And be consistent and never quit, even when the journey gets tough. And the reality is, it gets tough, not even just for the recruits as staff members. It gets tough for us as well. There are times where you really want it for someone and they may not want it as badly for them. And fortunately, you have to make the decision to part ways, right? But the important thing is to know that those that are meant to be a part of your tribe, those that are meant to be moved by you are going to find you. So you guys are all here for a reason. So I hope you guys do sit and think hard if this is something that you guys really want to do. All right. Before we open up for live questions, I want to capture this moment with a quick photo. Y'all okay with that? Yeah, yeah. Let me see. Let me look at the screen again. Y'all go. Yeah, we okay with the quick photo? All right. All right. Want to capture this quick photo. Let me change my layout real quick. There we go. All right. I appreciate y'all being here. Arlene, I'm not gonna mess this up like I messed yours up last week. On the count of three, y'all ready? One, oh, I got a big four right now. Okay, there we go. One, two, and three. All right, awesome. Let me lay this down somewhere. 1 second, y'all. All right, so I'm going to open the floor up for live questions. But before I do that, I do want to answer the questions that were submitted ahead of time. Let me get this up here. All right. So the first question that was asked, and I won't reveal who asked it, but of course, if you want to chime in and say more, please do feel free to do that. All right, so first question that was asked, after completing the training, will I be working on a program you set in the community of your choice or mine? So we work together on this. We'll support you in finding a site in your community if you already have one in mind. If you don't, we do take in consideration where you live, where you work, and what's comfortable for you to actually get to. Um, if not, then we do have sites that have already requested warriors, usually community centers, things of that nature, churches, things of that nature, and we'll do our best to place you at one of those if there's not one that you have in mind. We know that the work is already a hard lift, right? Coming up with your class on a weekly basis, picking your music, there's going to be a lot of things that you already have to do. So making where you lead the class easy, so if somewhere you already drive by, someplace you already frequent, those are great places. And on the application, as well as during the training itself, there is space for you to let me know where you prefer to be. All right. So no, I will not be having you drive from Disputana to Richmond to lead a class. But if you work in Richmond and you want to lead a class there, that works too. Okay. So think about that. Um, is this an open-ended activity, or do I have to submit regular reports on my community activities? This does have accountability built in. We ask warriors to keep track of classes and attendance, not as busy work, but to measure the impact and advocate for resources in our communities. Again, as a 501(c) nonprofit, we are supported by grants and donations mostly. So in order to get those grants, in order donations, I could tell the story, but to get the grants, you need the numbers, right? They want to know how many people are coming. Is our impact growing? Are we actually reaching the community that needs us the most? And that's what secures the bag. So there is a regular digital headcount sheet that we ask to be completed on a weekly basis. Um, and that's really it, right? It's the head count sheet that you guys have. And of course, a class photo because advertising on social media is important these days. So the more photos we have, the better and easier it is for us to share about that. Another question was, could this be a part of a church program to help the community? Absolutely. Many warriors hold classes in churches and faith-based spaces. It's a great way to serve and reach people, especially if you already have a finger, a pulse on the church environment, the pastor, the board of directors, and you know they want it. Yes, we would love to just pop on in there and be a resource to the community. Do I need to have a fitness certification beforehand, or does the program help me achieve that certification? No prior certification is required whatsoever. Part of this program is preparing you for and supporting you through a nationally recognized group fitness instructor certification process. Um, it was once baked into the program, called it Phase 4. It is now something that you apply for scholarship based after you graduate from the program. So currently we use the American Council on Exercise, and I'm proud to say that we have an 82% pass rate. The national average is 64%. Very proud of that. Um, are all of the classes to become an instructor taught in Richmond? No, the 9 mandatory training days take place across the Richmond region. So some may be in the city, others in surrounding counties. Um, You'll also attend classes with your captain, which vary by location. So for transparency, I feel like RVA to Petersburg is fair game, anywhere between Richmond and Petersburg. And again, it depends on who has availability and opening to allow us to use the space for free. So that's just full transparency. I'm driving from Dinwiddie, so we're all going through a little torture here or there. Uh, if it's a pain point, please just be completely transparent and we'll see what we can do about transportation. All right. How much time do we need to succeed at being a warrior? I think Aisha and Shanette mentioned it. It truly varies. It varies, right? Aisha taught one class and was a captain, so you can imagine that her time was different. Shanette currently teaches 2 classes and is adding a third one, so now her time is very different. Arlene teaches 3 classes, and that's just for us, right? So, the what I will say is when you're going through the training process, it is evident to us as instructors that have been in it for a while how much effort you put into your practicing. We will see it. While we don't ask for you to be in superb shape or anything like that, you do need to be able to lead your fitness class, right? So there's a lot of fitness during training days. There's a lot of fitness during train. There's a lot of fitness during training days. Okay, so we're going to be moving
Did
and
y'all hear that part? There's a lot of fitness on training days.
And I would say that we're very punctual when it comes to time. So any of the training days, please make sure that you are on time because we are watching.
yeah. On average, I would say expect anywhere from 6 to 10 hours per week during training. That's a guess. That's saying training day is 6 hours in itself. So your captain's class is 45 minutes to an hour. And then there's a break it down session. So that's where you and your crew and your captain come together and just kind of fine tune anything you learned in training, anything you saw in class that you want to get a deeper dive on. Right. So there is that piece. And then your own personal time to practice and learn your craft and
I'm
how.
gonna just add in a little bit. It does take a lot of time, but I feel that you're learning a lot during the time. Even though the training days are long, you're actually getting all the tools that you need to be successful when you go out on your own.
She ain't lying. Those were all of the questions that were submitted prior to this. Are there any questions from the conversations that we've had today that you guys have? No? Think about it.
Tiffany, I have a couple of questions. This is
Yes,
April.
come on with it.
Hey, what is the time commitment after we graduate in June?
Mhm.
What is the expectation for the time commitment, to Fitness Warriors after that?
Yes, great question. So once you graduate, you're then leading your weekly class. Even before that, you're leading your weekly class. And that is the biggest commitment, is that you just hold true to your one weekly class. So that 45 minutes to an hour on a weekly basis. Outside of that, we ask if you have the availability. There'll be community events that you can get up with other warriors to participate in, spread the word about your class, things of that nature. So outside of the once you graduate the program, it's truly up to you how much time you put into it. How long does it take you to come up with whatever the design is for your class that week is on you, right? So for me, I teach the Thursday chair class at the Petersburg Library, and I spend anywhere from, keep in mind, I've been doing it since 2017, maybe an hour, if that, planning what the class is going to be and figuring out my music. But that's also keeping in mind that I have a catalog of several years of workouts and playlists already kind of queued up. So if I'm not writing something new, it could take me no time to figure it out. I grab something off my Tabata timer, I pick a playlist, I go to class, I lead that, right? Um, it can take longer if you are constructing a new class. It really just depends on what you're looking to do. Arlene, Aisha, Shanette, anything there? Any input you guys want to say about time commitment?
Yeah, I would say this. I'm sorry. I would say the same thing. Just like you said, we have workouts that we already have saved, but if you're changing it every week or so, you can start off with saving yours too. So you can maybe just do the same workout for 2 weeks to get used to it and then change it. You don't have to change it every single week. So I just like Tiffany said, I think it just depends on what it is that you want to do.
And I guess that is my next question is, do you all teach different styles of fitness? Like how you said you do chair, what are some of the fitness
Of
things
course.
that we'll be training?
All right. So we teach the five components of fitness. So you're going to get a little bit of everything. Cardio, strength, body weight strength. We're going to teach you chair. We're going to teach you some floor work. We're going to make sure that you have a full, uh, what is it? Is it a toolkit, toolbox of workouts to pick from, right? And really and truly, you design your class. So Ebony teaches yoga Pilates mix in Colonial Heights, right? I teach a chair fitness. Although Shanette's during the day, she teaches circuits to the seniors, right? Aisha's a boot camp circuit type style, right? Arlene is Zumba certified, so she has Aqua Zumba. Uh, you have Aqua Land, and then she's on Zoom. I'm like, there's three of them, but no, you're on Zoom. That's the difference, right? So it really depends on what you want to do and the style of fitness that resonates to you. We have instructors that come in and already have certificates. So they might lead a modality in that certificate, whether it's Warrior Rhythm, Extreme Burn. What else is on it? There's a couple of them. Zumba. I think that's it now. We used to have Pound. There's a couple of them that come in that already have a certification or they've gained a certification while in the program and they want to lead that
Kickboxing too.
style. You said what?
Kickboxing too.
Yes, kickboxing. So it truly depends. Tazashi is a great example, right? She started off teaching just a regular strength class. And then as she fell in love with kickboxing and got deeper into kickboxing herself, she brought that to the platform. And that's something that she does on a regular is leading a kickboxing class, right? And Nora does a dance class. So I think everyone comes in with what it is feels good to them, and then we just fuel that. We teach you marketing. We help you to create or think about how to create a name and describe your class, but it's truly your class, right? It's just supported by Fitness Warriors. All of the classes have their very own feel, their own music, their own everything. We're not a here's a workout, go lead it program. It's very much a you be creative and do your thing.
Can
That's
I add to that?
yes.
So, as Tiffany said, I did come in as a Zumba instructor, but when I learned the modalities through Fitness Warriors, I still held my regular Zumba class that I had outside of Fitness Warriors, but then I did a class based on what I learned through Fitness Warriors as well. And so this was all before COVID. I used to use that toolbox, and then when COVID came, I got sucked into the realm of the Zoom world, and then Zumba was the way to go and made it easier for us to still work out. So now I'm just more into the Zumba than I was before, but I do still have the tools of what Fitness Warrior taught me. So like we said, we can use anything that we have gained, any certifications that we may get, because I also earned a TRX certification during COVID, and I used that for a while as well. So there's a lot out there, and we're free to use what we can, what we need to, on top of what we learn from Fitness Warriors.
Okay. Thank you.
Great questions, April. Any other questions, my friends? I'm gonna put this back up here. Now I'm still here, so if a question pops up, please feel free to unmute or drop it in the chat and we could talk about it. All right. Keep in mind, applications are now open and they will close on October 2nd. You can visit rvafitnesswarriors.org to apply today or scan that QR code in the corner of your screen. I put two of them on here. Ha ha ha. Again, no prior certification is needed. We'll train and support you every step of the way. You can join a movement that's building healthier, stronger, more active communities. Just so you guys know, we are looking for those that are available during the daytime as well as evening. So we're open to both options. Tonight, you've seen what this program is about: empowerment, leadership, transformation, not just for you, but for your community. Again, that deadline to apply is October 2nd. And I encourage you not to wait. If your heart is telling you this is for you, take that step and we'll walk this journey with you. And even if this isn't your season, you can still support by spreading the word because you never know whose life could be changed by becoming a fitness warrior. Again, thank you for spending this evening with us. We cannot wait to see who steps into the next class of warriors. Y'all have a wonderful night. I'll stay on for a few more moments in case anyone has any questions that they wanted to ask. Let me stop this.